We got a little bit of a mix and match deal when it comes to our news roundup today. We got some Spider-Man 2 news, some Iron Man game news, and hey, let's throw in a little bit of Switch 2 rumors in there as well. Find out about all that and more up next. What up, guys? This is Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So before we get into today's news, I don't know if any of you guys catch this, but yesterday we did our first stream on Twitch. It was a little bit of a test run. We played some Phasmo and we had a good time. The link to that Twitch channel is in the video description down below, because next week, and I'm gonna be thinking next Thursday, we're gonna do our first official Twitch stream, and we're gonna be doing Nightmare Mode in Phasmophobia. So our first story today involves the new talk of the town as of late here on this channel, and that is the Switch 2 and some recent rumors making the rounds. So this comes from Nate the Hate and his podcast, where he dives into all the recent leaks and rumors that we've covered here on this channel, as well as some new info about the system. Now, like I mentioned, he covered some previous things we covered here on this channel, like there being two iterations of the console. One of them being this cartridge loading console, and the other being an all-digital console that comes in at a cheaper price point. But this newest bit of news comes in the form of how the Switch 2 will feature ray reconstruction. Now, for those of you out there, much like me, who aren't these techie people, what does this all mean? With the inclusion of ray reconstruction, this suggests the system will support DLSS 3.5. Quote, ray reconstruction is a new option for developers to improve image quality for their ray traced titles, and it offers as a part of DLSS 3.5, and this is all according to NVIDIA. It's a new AI model that creates higher quality ray traced images for intensive ray traced games and apps. And according to Nate the Hate, quote, this ensures that this is going to be a viable platform that's not going to be outdated come, 2026. This is all great news, seeing how quickly the Switch became dated tech-wise, and I'm sure Nintendo wants to future-proof this console at least in some capacity. Especially if they want to sell this console for like 9+ years. Now let's chat a bit about this Iron Man game that's in development over at EA Motive. Of course, EA announced this game all the way back in September of 2022, and since then, there hasn't really been much movement on that front. But since then, the game is now the focus of the studio, and we should see a lot more coming out in the coming years. But our first major update was issued by Patrick Klaus, who is the EA Motive General Manager, and this all pertains to the engine the game will be running on. Quote, we're still in early pre-production and taking our time to make sure that we set the best possible foundation for development. But already we're finding so many opportunities to explore story, design, and gameplay with Iron Man. And it's exciting to see the fantasy start to come alive. Even this early in the process, we've put in place a community council made up of Iron Man and Marvel fans. As with Dead Space, they'll be offering feedback on pretty much everything throughout the development process. Meanwhile, we've chosen Unreal Engine 5 as our game engine, in order to empower the dev team to work their magic and create something really special. Now, today is Friday, and of course, gamers around the world have been having a hell of a time playing both Super Mario Wonder and Spider-Man 2. But in regards to Spider-Man 2, there has been a tease of a potential standalone Venom game, and this comes from the senior narrative director over at Insomniac, John Paquette. And this all stemmed from an interview with Insider.com, and when he was asked about the game coming to life. Quote, I want this to be one of the best Venom stories you ever experienced. We'll see what reviewers have to say. So here's what we're doing. We're focused on Spider-Man 2. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait and see how fans react. We're gonna listen to the fans and we're gonna ask ourselves, okay, what do fans really want? There's such a rich universe there, and there's a lot that the comics have done. We try to take that all in and then forget about it, and then think about what's best for our characters and our franchise. And a Venom game is right up my alley. Of course, I haven't gotten my hands on Spider-Man 2 just yet, but I've played almost every Spider-Man game leading up to this. That first Spider-Man game from Insomniac was just a masterclass, and it really encapsulated how it feels to play as Spider-Man. And I'm also an avid fan of Web of Shadows. Shout out to the real ones who know how great that game is. But sign me up for this gritty Venom anti-hero game, or even a game where you just play the villain. Think along the lines of a game like Prototype. Sign me up. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. What games do you plan to get your hands on this weekend? Currently, I'm still in this stranglehold that Starfield has on me, and I'm just beating the main quest line now, and that New Game Plus is calling my name. But that about does it here. I've been K-Lo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.